Well, hi there, everybody. Good Friday morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here. We broke records yesterday across much of the area. Hastings shattering its old record of 69 degrees, getting 74 yesterday. Tied a record in Grand Island. Lincoln, Omaha broke records. North Platte, Broken Bow, McCook broke a record yesterday. So a lot of places that keep track of records did break records yesterday. Today, a little tougher to reach those records for a couple of reasons. One, we have a cold front that's going to pass through later in the day, and also the record highs today are a little higher in some spots compared to what they were yesterday. A somewhat chilly start to our morning. Many of us in the 30s to start things off. A few are even in the 20s. Some of those typical colder spots. Again, pretty comparable to yesterday morning. Otherwise, a lot of sunshine today and very warm conditions out ahead of a cold front that'll pass through later this afternoon. Behind it, still mild, not bad temperature-wise at all. We'll see 60s behind the front. Out ahead of it, a lot more 70s are expected. Winds will become breezy behind that cold front out of the north, especially for folks in northern and western Nebraska. Those winds could get up around 20, maybe even as high as 25 miles per hour. Again, so the best chance of breaking records would be off towards the southeast. That front continues to advance southeastward overnight tonight, so it will become a little chilly again overnight. In fact, maybe a little colder tomorrow morning than what we're seeing out there early this morning. As we head into tomorrow, still looking at mostly sunny skies. As a front comes back to the north as a warm front, we will see another mild day on Saturday. Not as much wind out there as temperatures push back into the 60s, mostly low and mid 60s for your day on Saturday. Well, let's look at what we have in store for today. Now, first off, these are your record highs for today. Again, these are the areas, the locations that keep track of records on a daily basis. Notice how many of them are a little higher than what we had for records yesterday. So right now, I think the best chance of breaking a record is likely going to be in Lincoln, where the record is 72 degrees. Probably the next best chance of at least getting close to a record would be Grand Island and McCook. Outside of that, we're probably going to fall a few degrees shy of records in most other locations. Hastings maybe 2 or 3 degrees shy of that record later on today. So it's going to be awfully close out there. Here's a look at what I have forecasted for today. Lower 60s up around O'Neill and Ainsworth, and then otherwise mid and upper 60s to near 70 farther south. And again, those winds are going to kick in a little bit later on today as they become northerly behind that front. Same thing out west. Those winds will kick in later in the day. Mid to upper 60s to lower 70s. Again, 70 in McCook, that would be a degree shy of the record, so we certainly have a chance to tie or break a record. Same thing in Grand Island, about a degree shy. We'll be about 2 degrees shy if we hit 72 in Hastings, so we would be awfully close to getting to that record. But upper 60s, lower 70s in the south, and then to the east again. Lincoln probably the best chance of reaching a record high later on today. We'll go with lower 70s. There's potential to maybe see a couple of mid 70s there in eastern and southeastern portions of Nebraska. Next 7 days, we're going to go with 64 on Saturday, still way above average for this time of the year. 67 on Sunday, a little bit breezier, maybe a few extra clouds out there. Our next storm system brings us a chance of showers and thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday. Still not looking like a lot of beneficial moisture, not a lot of thunderstorm activity, just a couple of isolated claps of thunder here and there. Tuesday may surge well into the 70s once again, still nice in the 60s on Wednesday, and then I'm calling this one the game changer on Thursday. This one, now, it's still a week away, so there is still certainly a chance for a lot of change to this forecast. But the way things are looking right now, a pretty strong area, a very spring-like low pressure system is going to come through starting on Thursday and continuing into Friday, maybe even lingering into Saturday here of next week here. But again, this thing's going to bring all kinds of weather. Still could be fairly mild out ahead of this system on Thursday on the front side of it, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And with some moisture making its way northward, showers and thunderstorms are possible on Thursday. So I'm going with a 50% chance of that moisture. And maybe even a couple of stronger severe thunderstorms cannot be completely ruled out as we see those dew points climb, a little more instability. And then as we get towards Thursday night, then that cold air starts to move into the system, and we'll be start talking about chances of rain changing over to snowfall and much colder air working in just beyond this 7-day forecast. We're going to finally see an abrupt change to these very nice conditions we've been dealing with for well over a week. We're going to see much colder air work its way in, more winter-like readings on the way. And yes, accumulating snow is certainly a possibility. I'm not going to say how much. Right now, I would say most forecast models are leaning towards the heaviest snow once again in northern Nebraska, but I'm not going to say how heavy at this point because there is still some model discrepancy. And again, it's still a long ways away, and we could certainly see some changes. But again, like as I said, this is likely going to be a game changer. We're going to be getting out of these nice readings we've been talking about for much of the middle part of the month as we return to more of a winter-like feel as we get towards the end of February. So there you go. There is that forecast. I hope you get a chance to enjoy this wonderful weather this upcoming weekend.